I grew up broke and then I got rich, and what I learned will piss you off. You are not failing at life because your life has been engineered by institutions to keep you in debt, because that's where the 1% makes the most money off you. The middle class is being harvested. Modern life is built the same way that the 8-hour workday was. Not for your health, not for your happiness, but for output, compliance, and control. And debt is just the financial version of the time clock. So how did they do this? First, they structure your life around fixed obligations: mortgage, rent, car payment, insurance, credit cards, student loans, bills that continue to show up whether you're happy, healthy, or falling apart. And once your baseline survival requires a bigger paycheck, your leverage is gone. Then they push you into debt at scale. Credit cards, not an accident. They were aggressively pushed onto people with the least power and the least information. In the 90s and early 2000s, banks literally set up booths on college campuses. They were giving out pizza and free t-shirts, and they were sending pre-approved cards to dorm rooms without any income verification, and college campuses were allowing this because they were getting paid per sign up, per active account, sometimes even on the balances. Students didn't just go into debt, they were being monetized before they even entered the workforce. That's step one. Train people early that debt is normal and it means adulthood. Then came housing. When prices rose, the solution wasn't affordability, it was longer debt. 30-year mortgages became the standard. Then we have the adjustable rate loans. Then we have the zero money down. Then we have the interest-only payments. And then, oh, these make me mad, the home equity lines of credit. They were marketed as empowerment. The slogan, the catchphrase for these loans was "you're richer than you think." But what they didn't tell you is that a HELOC is basically just a credit card secured against your house. Your shelter becomes collateral. Your family's safety becomes leverage. And they didn't explain that these loans are callable. If your home value drops or the bank determines your risk profile change, they can demand repayment immediately, right now. And if you don't have the cash, they don't take your TV, they take your house. And then there's the monthly payment scam, so you focus on monthly affordability instead of the total cost of the loan. Car loans were stretched longer and longer to make bad deals feel safe. And then as soon as you drive off the lot, you're underwater immediately. I can't tell you how many students I've seen that are in a huge financial fucking mess right now because of a car. And then finally, to bring it all together, they lock the system in with fear. Health insurance tied to employment, like if you lose your job, you can't go to the doctor. Better not get sick. That's not a benefit, that's a leash. It keeps you from leaving, it keeps wages down, and it keeps you tired enough to comply and scared enough to never revolt. And it's the same logic as the 8-hour workday. Keep people busy, keep them anxious, and keep them too exhausted to ever really question why life has to feel like survival. The system doesn't want you free, and you need to know that the 1% don't live inside these machines. They own assets, they control cash flow, and they buy their time, and I know this because I've lived both sides. When I was in $40,000 of debt, I was being told that I was being financially responsible. You were never bad with money. You're just stuck inside a system that profits when you're tired, indebted, and obedient. That's the business model.